the title tells me about amazing plants.
Okay, so based on the title, you think it's going to be about amazing plants, and I want you to tell me more about that picture. What's amazing about it?
That it has a colorful tree.
It has a colorful tree. Have you ever seen a colorful tree like that?
No.
No? Have you guys seen colorful trees?
No.
Nothing like that?
I only saw a colorful stick.
Well, Quincy, I want you to tell us a question that you have.
Why is the tree colorful?
Why is the tree colorful? Do you guys know why it's colorful?
Probably because it has a magic seed.
Ooh, now have you ever found a magic seed? It would be cool to find one, but have you found one yet? Okay, so since we haven't found any magic seeds, do you have any other guesses why it might be colorful?
People like tear bark off.
Okay, they tore the bark off, but when you do that to a tree, what color is it underneath? Still brown. So why is this tree colorful? That's our question.
Because the bark peeled off, people spoke on it.
Okay, now read these bubbles to yourself real quick.
So that got a connection.
It's all
Hard to say. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, did it tell you that people spoke in it?
No.
What did it tell you, Parker?
that when the bark peels off in the summer, there's this layer where it's so colorful.
Exactly. So they just took the bark off, and this was there. So our question is why. All right. So let's go ahead and open up. Let's read this title first. Amazing.
You got a pen.
Amazing plant art. Some plants have amazing parts, and each one has a job to do. Quincy, do you have any other questions you want to ask?
That owl.
Okay, does anyone want to help Quincy? Any questions before we start reading? Okay. You have one?
Because if the trees are colorful, hummingbirds like white colors and they go to the tree.
So what's your question?
If I were battle her, I would get
The trees
She will only have one more
attract
night.
birds and animals.
Do the trees attract birds and animals? Is that your question? Since they're colorful, because we know that hummingbirds like flowers which are colorful, so are they attracted to those trees? Did you hear
Well,
me?
they attract the white, red colors.
Yeah, so maybe they are attracted to the trees. We'll have to find out and see. Okay. Now we don't know if they are yet, so we'll start with are they attracted, and then if they are attracted to these trees, why are they attracted? That's a good question. Also, when I read this up here and it said each one has a job to do, it made me wonder what each part's job is. Like for instance, this colorful trunk. It says each part has a job to do. What is the job of this colorful trunk? Could be to attract animals.
To make everything rainbow?
First thing I want you to do is hold it for just a second. I want to see if you read this first section, if your question is answered. So read Amazing Roots to yourself for a second. First of all, Clark, is there anything you need to clarify? Is there anything that you're still not sure about or it's confusing? No? Okay. Well, in this section we learned about roots. I want you to tell my friends real quick what roots are.
That stick into the ground.
Okay, they stick into the ground.
So
Why? What is their important job?
To trees standing up.
Keep trees standing up. Okay. Now, my summarizer, Sam, is going to summarize the important parts. The topic of this section is amazing roots. So I want you to tell me what we need to remember about amazing roots.
Because roots keep trees alive because they suck up water from the ground and they keep the trees in place so they don't fall over.
Very good. And can you guys find that in this section where it says that they suck up the water and they keep them in place? You got it. Good. Yeah.
And they reach soil.
Yeah, and they get the soil too. Now we are learning about amazing roots. What is amazing about this tree?
That the roots come down from the branch.
The roots come down from the branches.
No,
Very
that's
good.
not
It says right here, the roots of this tree grow down from the branches. It looks like vines, like plants we've seen before, but this one is unique because the roots are actually grown down like vines from the branches.
I didn't know roots
Interesting.
looked like that. I
Yeah.
thought they were sticks.
No, well, it depends how big the tree is, too. The roots are going to be bigger if the tree is bigger. Good. All right, let's do the same thing for amazing flowers. Clark, you're going to have to clarify pollen things. Make sure you read very carefully and tell me what pollen is. Okay? All right, y'all read amazing flowers. Clark, can you just make sure we all know what pollen is? What is it?
It's like stuff that is on flowers and trees.
The stuff that's on flowers and trees. Why is it important? That should have been a question for Quincy. You could have said to Clark, why is pollen important? What do you think, Clark?
Pollen is important because it might heal people.
It might what?
Heal people.
Say it again.
Heal.
Cure people, help people. Now, can you find that part that where you think it might help people? Hold on. Because I want Clark to clarify pollen for a second. Find that section, everyone. Find that section about pollen. Pollen is one of those vocabulary words, so it's going to be bolder.
Thanks.
Okay. And it says the bees get a powder called pollen on their body. So pollen is a powder. And it also says the bees carry the pollen to other flowers that helps the plants make seeds. So in this article, the purpose of pollen is to help other plants make seeds. And bees are important because they help the pollen get from flowers.
It was. Actually,
Now, hold on to that for just a second. Quincy, did you come up with a question since we've been reading this?
Yes.
Okay, what is your question?
Why is
That would be a good question to ask, why this tree has roots growing from the branches. And I don't know if we're going to find that answer in this article, but we might need to look on Wonderopolis and look at that later.
I think I know.
What do you think?
Because the roots are so big, they can't grow on the ground, and they have to go on the tree.
Maybe there's not enough space. Could be.
Because that's the big old tree.
Do you have another question?
They help make seeds out.
They help make seeds how? That was a question that the author posed in here, and then he told you. Bees.
2 against 5.
Alright, we're going to do, let's do it for amazing trunk and amazing leaves. And this time, I have a special question I want Quincy to ask you guys. Quincy's going to ask this question right here. How do amazing trunks and amazing leaves compare? How are they the same? How are they different? So when you read these two, you're going to have to compare and contrast them. Okay? So read these two. Read these two and think about how to compare.
Order. My pet's on a new level.
So your job was to compare and contrast these two parts. This is about trunks and this is about leaves. Right? Tell me how plant trunks are different from plant leaves.
I don't even have them the same way.
Okay, hold on to that. Can you tell me how they're different?
Because lily pads have big leaves and amazing trunks have
11.
So the lily pads, it says right here, the leaves of this plant are huge. They are called lily pads. So lily pads are the leaves.
They're leaves?
Did you know that? The lily pads are, I found that very fascinating. I didn't know lily pads were the leaves of the plant. But I want you to tell me how leaves are different from trunks. Let's talk. You know?
I think I
Okay,
know.
could be an answer.
They're different because that passes water to the leaves and that doesn't pass water to the trunks.
Okay, so you're saying the trunk passes water to the leaves. Find that. Well, where does it say that?
Like
It says they carry water from the roots up to the branches. The water goes out to the leaves and gives them nutrients. So he's right. The trunk moves the water up to the leaves, but the leaves,
they don't. They're so strong that a child can sit on it and it won't fall down.
But all of them can't grow that big.
Right.
What else will fall in the water?
right? And I think we're getting a little distracted with the lily pads. Think of a tree outside right there. Think of those leaves. And I want you to think of the job that those leaves have. Do you know the job that the leaves have?
To soak up the sun.
To soak up the sunlight. And we've talked about this before. What does that sunlight help plants do?
Whoa.
Grow. And it helps them make that food and energy they need to grow. But trunks, do they soak up the sunlight?
No.
No, they soak up the water and they move that water throughout the plant.
But
So
the
that's how they're
leaves
different.
take down the sunlight into the tree.
Very good, yes. The leaves' job is to get the sunlight. The trunk's job is to make sure the plant has water. So that's how they're different. Now you came up with a way that they were the same. How do you think they're the same?
Because they both have
Hold on,
jobs.
Because
Because I have leaves and there's leaves.
okay, so you're telling me that leaves and trunks are the same because trees both have these parts? Okay. Can we think of another similarity between them? Do they both have jobs?
Yeah.
Important jobs?
Yes.
Yes.
But it will probably get 100 small leaves to do.
All right, Sam the summarizer.